Even.
Welcome to episode 62 of Krasden! Yay!
7 more episodes, y'all.
I almost-
7 more episodes.
I almost said 68, and I knew that was wrong. Thank you very much for watching. This episode's called An Equal and Opposite Reaction. Not ominous even a little bit. Yeet! Thank you for paying to be here, Laura. Hey, Crucible already said not it. But everybody else, go ahead. That's Duncan.
I feel like everybody was like
faster than you? Yeah, that's how that works.
They jumped the gun. They jumped it.
There's no such thing as cheating when we're all fucking pirates.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Okay.
Will it be the
right
same
now? Or are we waiting?
No, it'll be the same thing as normal. You do your best, and people will help.
But you gotta intro, and then I'll do it.
I just did.
Oh, you did?
What do you think I did?
Yeah, he actually started recording before Nose Goes this time.
Yeah.
But he didn't do that. Did you do that thing? Hey, everybody!
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did do that.
I did all of that.
Were you completely gone?
I did all of
those
that.
things.
I was really loud, I think.
No, I remember
was.
now. It's just like a moment ago. I didn't remember it. Thought we were doing something.
Oh no, I'm about to shit my pants. Chad's had some lewds apparently. This is gonna be a weird night.
Here we go. Let me get into character.
Oh man, Quaaludes, how retro.
I'm a rocket man.
Right? So, well, last time there's so much things that happened last time. It's like there was a okay. So, right.
Mm-hmm.
We are on our way with Jenny to see her dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were there, but Bagby wasn't there because Bagby was talking to her grands. But we got to that place where they do surgeries and things, and then but Aedrys wasn't there. But we talked to the surgeon, and it sounded like Aedrys he like recovered quite quickly. It was stunning, really. But he hadn't seen him in a while. But we were there, so we thought we'd go to his room. So we went to his room, and Crucible tried to get us past the nurse person there, and he couldn't do it. So then, Ori, I think it was Ori or Joe, I don't remember. No, it was Jenny. That's right. That's what happened. Jenny was like, "Oh, hello, I'm Aedrys' daughter and things."
Uh-huh.
So we went in there, and he wasn't there, and he looked like he hadn't been there in a while. So then we were like, "Oh, where else could he be?" And then we thought probably the library, because I think that's probably what other people said, like the nurse and the surgeon and whatnot. So we went to the library, and but first we had to get back all the way to the center, because that's how it works there with the academy district and things. So we got back there, and by the time we got back there, then Bagby wasn't there yet, but we went into the library anyway, and then we saw Aedrys there, and he was giving a lecture, and then Jenny and Aedrys had a thing, and we were trying not to be rude and listen into it there. But there was there's argument going on. But then, Bagby, she still hadn't showed up. But my guess is that she went to the surgeon, and she was like, talking to him about Aedrys probably. And then also talking maybe about getting surgery to see if she's got, the runes and things on, her bones and things. So I'm guessing that's what happened. But then she came and we found her. And then there was more things with Aedrys. And then there was other things where we were like, oh, Aedrys, maybe he's, still under, someone's spell or something, because he's healed so quickly. So it was we weren't sure maybe if he was, still controlling Jenny's brain and things, because that's possible, because he could still be, But then, we decided that we're going to go see the Drow, because that's Jenny's half Drow, So there's other things that happen in there as well, and then we decided that maybe there's we should wait till the next day. So we went back to see Nitma, right? Bagby's Nan. And so we did some things there, and there's other things that they were talking about, but I don't remember what they were talking about because I was eating
Nitma-
cookies.
Yeah, Nitma gave my job away to Lacey, and Lacey
Right.
was pissed about it because it was going to make her family all move and everyone was going to be mad at her. So I yelled at Nitma a little bit in front of everybody and told her that she made a rash decision, and I said I would do the job, but I needed to finish this first. So we had an argument, and then it turns out that Nitma just changed her mind and is letting me be the political figure on the council seat, and Lacey will do the spy master stuff.
Right.
Compromise.
Right, that's what happened. And then I think at some point we just decided to, sleep or something like that. But then I got up quite early with Bagby, and then everyone got up early, and we went so she could get surgery. And she got surgery, and then after the surgery, because they found little tiny writing under her eyes and around there, because she's got that thing going on there after she met death. Then it got a bit strange because then everyone was like, oh, what if someone's been watching us through Bagby's eyes and maybe through Crucible's eyes too, because there's like different kinds of magic there. And I know Ori got quite paranoid, but he gets paranoid quite a bit because he smokes a lot of the weed.
That seems unfair. But
You're all against me.
And then Aedrys was all like, because he heard that and he told Bagby that, and I understand why. I was going to talk to her anyway because she's my best friend, and I was going to tell her what's going on. But Aedrys got there first, and Aedrys is like, we're not taking you to see Jenny's family then. But Bagby's got other things she can do at the Drow Kingdom, so I think we're still going to go. And then
Also,
he was
Aedrys
all,
doesn't get to tell me what to do. He's
right.
not my dad.
He's not the boss of you.
And he's
But then
being super shady.
I know, right?
Anyway, so I'm going. I don't care what he says.
But then there was like he was just like, would you like to know how Ori's dad split himself? And Bagby was like, of course I do. And then everything just stopped.
For some reason.
under very mysterious circumstances.
Right. So
Thank you
that's
very
what
much for
happened.
watching.
I'll see you later. This was a good show.
Yeah, that leads us to where we are now. So, Bagby, we can continue that conversation if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Well, I don't know for sure, but Genevieve was into that. The idea of it, anyway.
We have the wrong overlay.
Son of a monk. God,
I figured I would tell you now before we
Super-
got too deep into things.
me and the...
Oh yeah, that overlay where everybody's basically dead. Except for Tiddlywinks, that asshole.
I don't know how I
And
didn't...
was
Guy,
pretty
that
good
bigger
shape.
asshole.
I was in pretty good shape, actually.
You did get punched in the chest once really hard.
Just once. But I got healed some, too, from
It's true.
Rainbow.
Look, I'm playing a cleric.
No, yeah, no more.
Yay,
Oh, look at all this.
Jen.
Look at all these lovely people paying to be here.
I like
just
how it
warms
shows up
my
as Ready
heart.
Player H on screen.
How do I give my Prime on Xbox?
There's no way to know.
You
Keep
can't,
going, sorry.
You can't on Xbox.
Genevieve was really into it. Apparently, has something to do with the faking.
Crucible's got cookies.
Son of a bitch. You still have Oreos?
Hey, now?
Damn it. Damn it. She's got weird red ones, though.
They taste the same.
I bought Oreo ice cream bars.
We were very distracted very early.
I might be eating one of those later.
Just all the insulin. The
Said one.
he figured it out a long time ago. Did it to himself, to apparently a couple others, to make him live for a really long time. Something about removing, I don't know, parts of you. You can dictate how you'll turn out. But he manipulated it for Norm and all to hurt him. Punishment for something. I've been trying to... I found some notes on it. And I think it's something we should look into.
Why?
For you guys. I mean, it's made Norm live forever, and it's made Tay and all live forever. You'd want that too, right? Like, right?
No.
Why?
I don't want to live forever. To just watch everyone you love and care about die around you. You can never make any real, true relationships because they just are going to die while you live on.
Until...
Every person on this planet has a purpose. I believe that. But I hope that I can complete my purpose and then be done.
Okay.
I don't find any benefit for a prolonged living forever life.
Thank you, Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was trying to extend an olive branch, I guess.
No,
I know
that's fine.
You've been acting
That's-
weird.
You've been acting weird.
Well, yeah, I have reason to act weird. I haven't been home in weeks. And you're... The first time I see my daughter, she tries to tear into me like a very impolite young lady.
She's not without reason.
Right, but start with the hug. I'm just saying.
You've met your daughter. That was never going to be how it happened.
Do you think she would want that?
Do you think she can have that?
No, I mean the life thing.
I know.
I don't know.
Is it possible to extend one's life when one is technically already dead?
Did I tell you that?
I'm a very smart person. I figure things out. It's why I'm taking over for Nitma.
Smart, yeah. He kind of stares at you for a second. I don't know. I was thinking of if I figured it out, maybe I could do the reverse. You know what I mean?
The reverse of extending your life forever? Wouldn't that just be suicide?
Splitting you apart into different pieces.
Oh, so like putting Norm back together. Or putting Jenny back together.
Right. You know, hypothetically.
Hypothetically speaking, if you were to do the reverse to your Jenny, which is hypothetically what I'm guessing you're wanting to do, and it really doesn't have anything to do with the rest of us or Norm and all.
And
Hypothetically.
let's be clear, hypothetically, she'd say no to me ever doing anything like this.
Oh, absolutely. And hypothetically, wouldn't you need all the parts? Meaning
Yeah.
one that is supposed to stay shut. And should stay shut.
I'm not saying it's a perfect plan. Or that I...
Sit by me.
I think I should sit on the floor next to you if you're trying to look at me in the face or something.
No, I'm not trying to look at you in the
Okay.
face. I'm going to make you look at something. I get it. I'm short. Thank you. I'll stand on the seat.
We're still in like the surgery theater at this point, right?
Yeah.
Look up
It
there.
encompasses the entire outside, so I'm assuming these two are separated in some way.
Look over there at your daughter. Look at her. She has a life.
Oh,
She has a career she loves.
she kills
She's
people,
had
Bagby.
people that she loves. She's as alive as any of the rest of us. Her origins and her quote-unquote soul are insignificant.
Yeah, I do
She's
look at
just
her life.
as alive as the rest of us. Shouldn't she be allowed to live her life?
Yes. But clearly I've fucked up somewhere along the way. I mean, look. You look.
I'm looking.
How many people you think she's killed?
How many people have I killed? I've punched the crap out of lots of people. How many people have you killed? You've killed a couple people, my friend.
I was
may not remember
brainwashed.
it.
Okay, thank you very
But
much.
you did it still. Not everyone is going to be a angel. Not every daughter is going to be courted by suitors and go to cotillion. She's a pirate.
It's not what I meant. Her mom would have done a better job.
You did fine. You raised a strong, independent, beautiful, hearty woman who has a good heart. Sure, she robbed some people. Sure, she's killed a couple people because she's a pirate and that's her job.
She's a bit of a slutty murderer, Bagby. I'm not gonna lie about my own daughter here.
She's got a good heart, and if that's what makes her happy, if being a slutty murderer makes her happy, then that makes her happy.
I guess.
Put that on a t-shirt.
She's always aided us when we've needed it. Hello, mother. She's a good person. Her morals and her choices might be outside of what you would have chosen or what you would have wanted for her, but spend time with her. You've lost 3 years with her. Spend time with her now. You'll see.
Haven't even thought about that. Okay. Yeah. But for real though, I might look into that spell. Just for curiosity's sake. At least to try to fix...
Aedrys.
At least to fix Norm. I mean, come on now.
We should probably find out why he was punished in the first place, because what if Norm is like some weird, crazy, big bad evil genius and Tayanel split him up for that purpose and you put them back together and he like goes, "Ah, I'm going to destroy the world!"
Listen, I'm not trying to be racist here, but if the King of the Fae has problems with you, I don't know if that makes you a bad guy.
He likes me.
Well,
He likes Joe.
So he definitely has questionable taste.
I punch him in the arm.
Ow!
Lightly.
Oh, there's nothing between the skin and bone. Ow.
You're a good man, Aedrys. And I don't think death is watching me or watching all of us from behind my eyes.
Yeah, well, I'll think about it.
Okay.
Okay. Joe.
Yep. So
Scalpin
While we
had
were-
walked away from you.
while we were discussing the stuff in Bagby's eyes, on the bone around her eyes, I remembered that I a long time ago had taken the top of Blackborn's skull, which was covered in that writing, with the intention of having Dr. Scalpin look at it next time I saw him.
Ah, so you're still walking around with that human skull cap in your pocket.
I cleaned it, yes, but yeah, so I really rather wanted to, get rid of it and do that while I had the chance.
Fantastic. Trash
I would
cans
go-
nearby.
I will wander over to Dr. Scalpin,
Okay.
assuming he's still somewhere I can find him.
Sure, I'll say he's cleaning up nearby.
Okay. Dr. Scalpin, I'm sorry, I know you're a very busy man, but I did have something related to this I wanted you to look at.
Yes.
And
Can we establish if he knows common?
Yeah, he talked to us.
Okay. Couldn't
so
remember off the top of my head.
I would pull out the skull cap covered in runes, and I'd say to him, "This is from somebody who was attacked by an enemy of ours, and had that writing that was, as you saw, was similar to what Aedrys and Bagby had done to them.
Yeah, it is.
I was wondering if there's anything you could tell us about it, just from looking at it."
Well, it's not the same runes that were on your friend Bagby.
Is it the same as what was on Aedrys?
Similar. We're missing a bit here below the cap, but yeah, it doesn't look that far off. Quick glance, anyway.
Can you tell what they were for?
Enchantment in nature. I think this bit here is control or dominate, maybe. I don't really speak whatever language this is, but yeah, I would say this is some sort of charm or something.
Okay. One last question. In your opinion, is there any way that somebody could have done this to another person without surgery?
Well, I mean, I'm not a spellcaster myself. So me, no, but well, hold on a second. Come here. He wanders over to nearby into a room that's a lab. Looks like there's. He puts it under a series of It's not a microscope, but it's a series of lenses that are magnifying. Well, it doesn't look magical. There's tool marks where they kind of messed up on the edges here, if you look. So it was rough, like a chisel, maybe? Or a really sharp knife?
I pull out the surgical tools that I took forever ago from Dumas' house.
Oh,
like this.
Could do the job. My God.
And they are mine. The person that we think is doing this is a real piece of work.
The fully black color of is that stone?
It doesn't appear to be metal, and I'm no expert in stone, but it doesn't seem to be metal.
Why does this look familiar?
Obsidian, or maybe?
Why is this? You know what this is? I think I have seen this before. Not the tools, whatever, but the stone. The what are they called? Ignans. The fire people that wander up and out. They have
have I ever seen the other dimension? Have I been there when we've walked past that?
You've met an Ignan before because they are the one that helped put the thing on your side,
yeah,
at the very
that's right.
least.
Yep, I do remember that now. I was like, yeah, the fire dwarves guys, right?
Yeah.
That's not offensive.
Some of the lava docks and portside things around the pools, they're made of stuff like this. At least it looks similar. I'm not a... I don't know much for stones, but it's same black color.
Do you think they might know more about this?
It's possible. Good luck talking to them, though.
Right. All right, Doctor. Well, I appreciate your help. Unless you have some sort of need of this skull, I'm gonna throw it in the nearest trash can.
I would prefer you did, but can you... That one is the bio waste. If you could put it in there, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. I toss it in the bio waste.
Fantastic.
All right, I would wander back over to the group after thanking him.
Okay. All right. You're all back together? Bagby clearly feeling fine already?
Bagby, are you feeling all right?
Magical healing, man. It goes and works quick.
That's amazing.
Cleric school.
I kind of want to punch some stuff, though.
I'd like to try it out somewhere.
Oh no, I'll just wait until we get in a fight. It will be like an hour from now.
I did. I spoke to Dr. Scalpelin just a second ago about the Blackborn. You guys remember him?
Mm-hmm.
He seemed to think that the enchantments on him were like dominate person, like what Aedrys had. That makes me wonder what Dumas was having Blackborn do. It makes me kind of worried for the prince, but I don't know if there's anything we can do about that right now. He did say that the Ignans, I think he said, the fire dwarves, they might know more about the surgical tools that was used. So I know we're going to the Drow, but when we get back, maybe we can ask them real quick.
Well, I mean, we could try, but I was told earlier that I shouldn't try and stick my hand into their dimension.
Okay.
You can see like the lava pool on the way here through the tram.
Well, I don't want to go in a lava pool. I mean, the one came out when we had our stuff done. We had our brands put on.
You know,
I don't know.
who might know about those things.
Who?
Hallowell.
She's dead, right?
Right, but Ori's got his, like...
Healing staff go brrr.
Our drug's gonna help.
No, not those. We can take care of it, is all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
If we wanted to talk to Hallowell.
As the kids say these days, I believe I've got the magic stick.
How does Joe feel about that, by the way?
How does Joe feel
About resurrecting
his
people?
magic stick?
Yeah.
If it's like returning their soul to their body, like that's okay. Because like that's what Crucible would do. If it's just like bringing back their corpse to like have like a fucking parody of life, that's not okay. And if that's what Ori's stick does, then it'll probably just kill Hallowell once we're done talking to her. Put her out of her misery is how he'd see it.
Oh, right. Were you gone when we got Ori's stick?
Yes,
It's a resurrection stick.
that's what I thought. But
You would know that because we
I
talked
mean,
about
if it does, yeah, if it acts like I'm imagining resurrection works, then there shouldn't be any problem.
Okay. So, would you leave immediately to head for the Drow Kingdom? You did kind of say you were leaving today at some
Assuming
point.
Bagby's good to go, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
I hope you. I know that you said you want to punch things, and I appreciate that. It's been a stressful day, but I kind of hope we don't have to punch anybody when we're around the Drow. I feel like first impressions are going to be tough to begin with.
I've been there. They know me.
Oh, good. I'm gonna.
Use words.
So, Bo, we're gonna go to the Drow Kingdom now.
We still have Bo with us, right?
Yep. I just remembered that.
I'm just along for the ride at this point. I honestly can't figure out how Bagby's just up and walking around after they cut half her face off, and
Magic.
I know.
I
know.
Probably easiest if you just say magic and accept
Well,
that.
you know, a lot of things happen that don't make any sense, and on that note, let's just hope more things happen that don't make any sense, and that we can go to the Drow City and I won't be murdered on sight.
Why would you be murdered on sight?
Because Ori's kind of racist. He always has been.
Do the Drow have problem with the elves?
No, just Ori.
Not that
Oh.
I know of. They seemed to be cool when a goblin showed up.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that episode, but yeah, they were cool, but your grandma told you be careful.
I do feel like that became suddenly relevant for me as well, if they have problems with the elves.
All right.
We want to know until we get there.
All right.
So, Bagby, you aren't sure how to get there from here, but you do recall the way you went the first time. And it actually was, you had to go back through the crutches, so it's kind of that same line. You arrive, and a page recognizes you immediately. Bagby, and comes running up to you. Goblin.
Mm-hmm. In Undercommon.
Mhm.
Hello.
Master Bagby.
Mhm.
I've been sent by Lacey. Your carriage is this way.
Thank you. I do now remember telling Lacey to organize travel for us.
She has packed rations for a prolonged trip, as well as gifts if you are to go to the Empress.
Ah, yes, I remember. They like presents.
There are also some letters to be opened by her. Correspondence from a couple of the council members.
I will take a look at them. Thank you very much.
You should be warned that they have not responded to correspondence in a couple weeks now, but that isn't uncommon.
Okay.
He leads you up. Do you know the rail line? If not, here's a detailed list of instructions on your turns.
I will take the detailed list of instructions. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, very much. I hope you and your group have an excellent time.
We'll have a time. Here, for your troubles.
What?
And I give him... Never mind, I have no money.
Just a fist bump.
Sock.
Just
You
a
give
fist
him
bump.
A sock.
I give
Like
him a
Bars said.
fist bump.
The classic goblin hello.
Crisp high five for you, high 10.
Oh, Chad. Chad Pinkies. Chad Pinkies.
Right. If we're going to go on it traveling, we better have a quick prayer then.
Oh, I agree. A good traveling prayer.
Right.
Aye. Prayers. I like his prayers. They're good.
May our journey be pleasant. May our catch be plenty. And may the wind fill our sails and bring us safely home. In Lady Umberly's name.
All right. Bo sits down in the back, grabs a set of buckles, straps himself in as hard as he can. I'm ready.
You've got like 4 seats worth of buckles attached to him now.
Oh, you are adapting to the phenomena of automated travel with the greatest of ease. Kudos to you.
So, Vanko, now that you're like,
Fuck, Vanko's here too,
Forgot about
motherfucker. I hate this guy.
now that you're,
How do I
like a
get
lady and all, what's your
Vanko
name
killed?
Well, Vanko is pretending to be
Sexy
believe-
maid.
Jenny's
Right.
servant girl.
Right.
Or
What should we call
what
you,
are those called?
Vanko?
Lady in waiting?
We can't very well call you Vanko. It's just-
Why would
Oh,
Jenny...
yes, what we should call you.
Everyone
Aedrys...
has frozen.
No, I'm not frozen.
You are frozen.
You are frozen. Your
You're
shit's
frozen.
dying.
Let
And
it
she's
go,
gone.
Laura.
She's just staring at us now.
I think
See, Patrick,
yeah, I
she's
think
much
Vanko
better at that
was-
game than you are.
Benko was going to do some undercover stuff, and he was studying.
Right.
He was like practicing with this. This is like practice mission for his disguise.
It is not an open car. There are doors. There are doors and windows. Oh, there's Laura. Hello, Laura.
You're back, and you changed position on the screen.
Yeah, now I'm next to Morgan, and I couldn't be more sad about that. The
Think of it this
I
way.
made
You're
Morgan
not-
sad.
You're also next to Jack, and Jack is the star of the show.
It's true.
He's sitting just out of reach, so I can't grab him easily.
Aedrys speaks up. Lady in waiting? For why do you have a lady in waiting?
He needs to practice being a servant so that we can have him infiltrate some rich people in Edinagard. And Jenny made the most sense. And also...
Aedrys' face turns bright, smiles. You're not gonna have her act like dignitary, are you?
No, I mean...
Her face
she's your
turns like
daughter.
purple and she starts shooting lasers out of her eyes at him.
Oh gosh! Dodge the
wasn't-
laser.
Oh, I wasn't planning on that. I was planning on having you two act normally, like you would, and this just happens to be the maid she brings with her.
Okay, good. Because I thought I'm gonna kick your ass!
Aedrys, I don't mean to alarm you, but you're being kind of a dick.
She just starts slugging him in the arm over and over again. Ow! Ow! Doesn't make it less funny! Ow! This is Exhibit A!
This is what I'm talking about.
Bagby, you're the one who's driving, so we're waiting on you.
Oh, well, let's go. And I followed the instructions implicitly.
Okay.
Actually, you know what I do? I hand the instructions to Duncan.
There you go, Duncan. Slam Duncan. You know what button you've actually driven one of these before. You have. So
Yeah, I remember. I fell off the back when you were driving.
it's not a map, Duncan.
We were
It's
driving.
It's not a map,
Not
Duncan.
driving.
It's like a list. It's like a list of, okay, you're at this split, take right or left. Okay, you're at this split, take right or left, and they are marked.
What language is it in, though?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'll read it out loud.
I hand it to Crucible.
What are you handing me?
the directions on how to get there.
These are directions. I don't know what language that is.
Oh, is it written in Goblin? Is that what I'm reading?
Yes, it's undercommon.
Alright. Undercommon.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I look at it. You have a writing utensil here?
Oh, I do.
All right. So basically, I just write over the words
Okay.
in common.
Okay. Oh, don't pull. No. Oh, damp
Ugh.
pencil.
Now, does somebody have a towel?
You're a fucking towel.
Next thing grabs out of
All
his
right,
bag.
Duncan, roll survival.
Right.
We just take a couple minutes to read it, scratch out some names, and
Yeah.
give it back to Duncan because he's better at maps than I am.
14. I feel relatively confident in that. 14.
I can tell right now that my wife is having a poopy emergency with baby upstairs and nobody's happy about it. Except for me. I'm a little bit happy about it. If you haven't noticed, Aedrys is the most me character that has ever existed in any of these. So 14
Aye.
with Crucibles, him writing down. Yes, you're able to do it. These aren't difficult. Again, they are marked. Turn left, turn right. It's not like this huge fucking list of shit.
All right. You're going to turn left up here. No, not this one. The next one. Sorry, that was me. I'll try to keep those closer together then.
Did you miss a turn, Duncan? Is that what you're role playing right now?
Right, yeah, I'm just a bit. She's stuck and she's got to go back there around there.
You're in a train, buddy.
So we can't do that then?
K-turn with the train.
Well, you know how to make it go backwards now, don't you?
They don't. I thought I was clear with that before. They don't.
Right. No, wait, I'm wrong. It's she was going to turn, but since she didn't turn, because it's the next one.
Good. Let me go ahead and Google Yawn Tea real quick.
Hate you. No. Not today.
We want to punch some things.
Not today.
Google what now?
Snake people.
Oh.
All right.
That would just be the icing on the cake of my day today, Michael.
The icing's some of the
Snakes.
best parts. What kind of
Why
icing
did
is
it
it?
have to be snakes?
No,
If it's sour cream icing, it could be great.
Sour cream icing?
I don't
Do you
know,
mean
I'm making
cream
sh-
cheese icing?
Yeah, that's what I
Cream
mean.
cheese icing. Is
Hey,
what you mean.
listen, I've been drinking too. Leave me alone.
Wonder how sour cream icing would turn out.
I've had it. It's gross.
Eee.
Okay. I'm going to get rid of Vanko because nobody wants to see him. The
Can we just pretend he does a great job and not worry about him for the rest of the episode?
I'm going to
He's
try.
going to do great anime made.
I'm not joking. I'm going to try to kill him. I don't care.
He melts right into his character, though.
I'm trying to
He just
kill him.
becomes the maid. We just forget that he's here, and he's just the maid.
Some of my favorite NPCs I've ever made are in this car, and then Vanko.
He'll just kind of disappear and be forgotten, just like Bo.
I was gonna say I
There.
really like Bo's picture. I think it's great, but it's like
Bo's
old
the best. I love Bo.
guy. Yeah.
I love Bo too. It's just we always kind of like when we're doing stuff that does not involve smashing things.
Okay.
We kind of forget he's there.
All right. So I probably need to describe what this place looks like to everybody else. Bagby knows that as soon as you get there, basically you have to. It's a long walk from where this train actually dumps you out, and it doesn't go any further into their territory. It's just end of line. This is where it stops, and then somebody has to come out and fucking turn the fucking train around. Somebody from their empire goes, okay, let me rework it so it's going the other way. This is roughly a 2-hour thing. Okay, get the fuck out of here. It is large caverns interconnected by a tunnel system completely covered in mushrooms of different sizes. Directly off the train line here is actually a mushroom forest. Now, a lot of these mushrooms are actually luminescent, giving a bluish purple light to everything around you. There are lakes and rivers down here. There is assorted wildlife. And as soon as you get out of the train from the station, which is elevated, by the way, some 50 feet up in the air, you can see out and see that you are in a very, could be described as rural part of this kingdom. Intermittent, small collections of buildings, shacks, mostly made out of clay or stone. There is some wood, however.
Gotcha. Hey, Duncan, can I have a word with you real quick?
Drow yokels.
I promise not to show my arse to anyone.
Oh. Well, yeah, that would be a very good idea. Actually, what I wanted to talk to you about is just in particular here. You're a real good guy, and you like to give formal introductions and tell everybody about your friends and everything. If you could maybe not mention my last name or who my dad is, I would very much appreciate that, because it stands a good chance he's pissed somebody off here.
Right, so no last names and no talk about your dad, right?
All right. Thanks, bud.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
I actually have an idea now that you brought it up, Mars. So I established that the royalty was sort of British sounding last time they were here. So you better believe that the yokels are Welsh. You better fucking believe.
You want to borrow some horses?
Who's you borrow some horses? Oi!
God.
Oh God, Drow soccer hooligans.
Yeah, baby. All right. Unloading everything that was put together for you. There actually is a wagon to haul rations and stuff like that. It is a pull cart. You guys are going to actually pull it. And it is unassembled. You'll have to put it together.
Okay, well.
And there's rations for based on the number of you. You could be here for a month. They packed a ton of stuff.
Wouldn't it be easier just to find a wagon somewhere?
We're not going through that song and dance again, Crucible. I see what you're going for here. We're just gonna follow the instructions and we're gonna put this wagon together, okay?
Hey Phil, I'd like Ori to speak, please. That was very much Phil.
It can be both.
You weren't doing the accent. It wasn't Ori.
I was doing the accent.
No, you weren't. Do you put the handcart together? Do you spend the time to put the handcart together? Otherwise, you're going to have to decide very heavily on what you actually take.
Right. All right. Let's do this then.
What do we roll?
Well, it's going to require
Advanced engineering.
Did it give us the correct amount of Allen wrenches?
No.
There is a small repair kit in the train itself. It's probably part of the train, if I'm honest.
Right. Let me try something then.
Mend will not work here.
I wasn't gonna. Okay, fine.
Well, if we were on the surface, I would call all the woodland animals to come put it together like a fancy new dress. But
All right.
I don't know what kind of animals we'll get down here.
So we'll need an investigation roll from somebody to have an understanding of how it's supposed to go together. And then we'll need a survival roll to actually do it.
I volunteer for the second part.
Who's the investigation? I have no idea what this is written in whatsoever.
Move over, Crucible.
Well, you're looking at the
Somebody
Korean
read this.
instructions, man.
I happen to be having some sort of optical migraine going on. I can't see the paper.
This is what I do. 19.
Yeah, you have a fair understanding. It's not complicated. It's almost as if
Yeah, it's not
idiots who
complicated
shut.
for you.
Almost like you have to be an idiot if you can't read them.
I think we need another prayer.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of prayers tonight. We're pious folks.
We can. What are you talking about? Pray to the sun, the moon, the health.
We can bless things until we get
Yeah.
beschnicket.
Hey, you see, I'm much more of a you tell me what to do and I'll do it kind of guy. So here, let me help with the assembly.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes,
Ori.
That's cool. I was gonna do.
Or
that.
you roll.
Let's go.
You roll as well, buddy.
I said help. I said help.
You did help.
Well, it's gonna be bad now. See?
What is that? 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crucible's doing a lot of the technical work, but you are in fact helping.
I'll let you hold it together while I turn the screws.
That's kind of how it's going. Like he's holding the wheel up, and you're getting the.
There you go. That's what happens, Joe, when you work together as a team.
You're here.
Look at that.
All right,
That's
let's get the
marvelous.
prayer.
Instead of running off and doing your own thing.
Prayer.
May Lady Umberly forgive our failures, guide us in times of trouble, and twist fate in our favor.
Twist all sorts of
I feel
stuff.
personally attacked here.
Oh, by the way, Tech Girl figured out every time somebody puts that shit in chat that we have to drink on Sunday.
Are you saying that out loud and for another?
And she made all sorts of evil-looking emojis after it. So, just saying.
It's been nice knowing all of you. Morgan, I trust that you will take over the stream in our stead.
I'm gonna.
Eh,
all of us are gone.
I'll tag out at GMing at some point. There we go. Morgan, when are you gonna GM?
Yeah.
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 Just one less time I would feel pressure to do it.
I mean, yeah.
Just do a one shot, buddy. It'll be great.
Maybe when we're back together.
Okay. All
This
right.
could
I
be
don't-
a fun
You
I don't
heard
wanna
that,
fuck around
guys.
with
2024. Morgan Choppin gonna GM.
We'll have
We're back to doing
vaccines.
these shows live in 2024.
We'll
Yes.
have vaccines sometime in 2022.
This would be a great fundraising thing if we want to raise money at some point to say like one of the goals, if we get this certain amount of money, people who have never GM'd before on our stream will GM a one shot.
Do
That's
I
not
get that
bad.
money?
That's not bad. No, we get that money, and by we I mean me, and then I probably distribute it in ways of technology for the rest of you fucks.
The downside of that would be, though, people then paid good money to see me suck at GMing.
You would not
Exactly.
Same.
listen.
Same.
Okay.
Give them what they want, Patrick.
Hard rule of D&D. Not joking. Hard rule of D&D, and this works for GMing as well. If you're trying, you're succeeding. That's how it fucking works. It's about playing the game, not winning.
Out the cones.
Thank you.
In today's episode,
Lovely.
we encounter exactly one NPC.
And he's from South Jersey.
It's Lincoln time. It's Lincoln time.
Oh, hey there, little bud. How are
Hey,
you?
Lincoln.
Hello, Lincoln.
Say hello
Say
to
hi.
everybody. Say hi.
Say hi, Bubba. Say hi.
You want to say hi?
You sing Itsy Bitsy Spider.
You got-
Did
You let your
you
mom-
read your book again,
So
Lincoln?
stubborn.
Did you read How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Yeah.
He started singing Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
Down came-
How's the rest of it?
You sing.
He's not responding to us because we're on a screen, so we're just less entertaining cartoons to him.
Camera shy.
Love you, Bubba.
You got a booger.
Say goodnight. Say bye-bye. Ah, that's my testicle.
See you later then. He was mining for nuggets there for a bit.
He's so tired.
He's very tired.
Hard job, but somebody's got to do it.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
finding
like
those goals.
it wasn't the ball, it was the skin around the ball, and he just pinched the crap out of it.
Well, thanks for clarifying, Mike.
Well, you know. Luke, That's what you got to look forward to, bud. Okay. Your hand card is put together. You get it down the steps. You load it up with your supplies.
Shouldn't we have assembled it at the bottom of the stairs?
Sure.
That would have been a better idea.
Sure, you did that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Sure, you did that. You assembled it at the bottom of the stairs. You load it up with your supplies. And there's really only one road away. There's no signs or anything like that. But Bag B, go ahead and roll survival to see if you remember how to get to the castle.
I guess we're going that way.
17.
17. You've got a basic idea. You remember the build. You remember how to get out of this cavern and which cavern to go to, and you remember it was basically like one cavern away from there. So you're not too worried. Dad, when are we gonna try to find the family? I was kind of hoping wherever we get to this castle thing, they'll have like a registry or something.
Large book with lots of pages in it with names and addresses and phone numbers. Don't know what a phone is.
You think they'll have it? Your mom always said that they were just farmers, but they had a lot of farmland, so you know, I have to assume somebody's collecting taxes or something, you know. Sorry, not fully thought out this plan.
I think it'll work. Should be fine.
This is the craziest shit I've ever fucking seen.
This is? Really?
They're glowing fucking mushrooms the size of my house! Yeah!
Oh, wow. Okay. I really thought it would be the moving steel containers, but
No, I got accustomed to that one. Like, that was the craziest shit I've ever seen. Now we're on this.
oh, okay. So we're just on the craziest shit you've seen so far.
That's the implied part of that saying. Am I wrong there?
Give it a bit. There'll be more crazy things to see.
So them drows. They look like Jenny here. Yeah?
Sorta.
Jenny's half human, half drow. So
They're
halfway, yeah.
they're darker skinned. I think. Right, Bagby? They're mostly?
The ones I saw were, right?
Yes.
Whatever.
While they did have definite shades and stuff like that, Jenny would be on the albino side of Drow.
For
To
the
the,
most part.
This is out of character. Do the Drow in this universe have like this, like solid colored glowing eyes?
Some. It's sort of a familial trait. Again, like a lot of the larger kingdoms in the Underdark, they're intermixed, at least slightly down the line. So it's not like this. There's no straight line. This is what they look like. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, while we upstairs can sort of see and guess to some of Jenny's parentage, she would be very, very pale down here in comparison.
Oi. So who are we going to see?
Well, we are going to try to get an audience with either the royalty or the commander of the army.
They're the same person, Bagby.
So the commander of the army.
If you do you not remember? Do you need to?
Nope, I don't remember.
Okay, you're looking for the queen. If you remember the queen, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Abala Sadala.
Abolish it all.
She was also the leader of the Drow army. You killed her husband.
For her, though.
Yes.
She asked me to. Yes, I remember this.
You did her.
She's
you
my
did her.
friend because she wanted me to do that.
You turned a pretty massive corner character-wise. You and Nitma went on an assassination mission. I don't know if I need to remind you of this, but
I remember this now. Now I do. I definitely had
All
forgotten
coming
about
back.
that. Right. Well, the queen owes me kind of a favor, so
Is a favor going to translate into armed support for this whole war? Because they hope so.
favor.
Sounds like a pretty big ask.
We'll find out. We're friends. She likes me.
Oh, good.
How far are we walking?
Always.
Right.
Oh, you can always take a ride on the cart then.
Maybe later. Until then, fuck yourself.
A bit grumpy, are you? It's okay. I understand.
Because I'm old.
No, not old because you're old. Because you're cranky. It's that way.
That's why I like you, Derek. Duncan. Oops. That's why I like you, Duncan. You really can't stop telling the truth.
I like you quite a lot as well.
You travel for a walk. You're not able to move quickly. For maybe an hour. And you come across a farmhouse. Now, Bagby, you remember this farmhouse. It's well, it's not an inn, but it is a way station of sorts. You know what I mean? Along whatever this road is. They grow all sorts of small livestock and stuff like that, and sell things along the road. You remember this because there was they cook a bunch of it too, and the smells coming out of it were pretty awesome. The little shack along the road that well, not shack, stand along the road is empty this time around.
I wonder where they are.
Where who are?
Oh, there were some very nice people who owned this little farmhouse and the shack, and they sold really, really good food.
Oh. Well, I suppose it's too bad. We got a lot of rations, but I do admit, like, field rations aren't the best tasting things, but... Do you know if they take breaks or hiatuses or anything? Are you worried about them?
I mean, not particularly. I only saw them once. I'm sure that they take breaks or don't sell on particular days.
Everybody roll perception real quick.
12.
24?
18.
19.
Duncan, you see that there's no lights on in the house either, and that there's a couple of holes in the roof. Crucible, you can tell that the holes are in the roof because there was recently a fire.
Looks like something was going on up there.
And then definitely burned.
Burned?
Right, we better check it out. And I start heading up there.
Okay.
Do we speak their language?
I mean, Crucible and I do.
Bagby, they actually do speak a language. A lot of them do speak a language that you did not know last time you were here.
In general, they also probably speak Undercommon, just as a, I would assume.
Yeah, the few people you had to talk to, it was very broken Undercommon, and it was a bit of a labor to speak with them.
Duncan, did you head up?
Aye.
I'm following behind you.
I am too.
We're all in this together.
You two stay here. Bo's wandering up too. It's maybe a short 50 feet to what's clearly the main house. You pass a chicken coop with no chickens in it. You pass some sort of other wildlife pen of some sort, and there's nothing in it.
Do I hear anything? Anything at all?
No.
I'll stay quite quiet then. I'll look at Crucible.
What type of ground are we walking on?
It's soil-like texture, but it has sort of clay qualities to it. You know what I mean? There's like a slipperiness to it.
Okay, I'm just wondering if my metal feet is gonna make any type of sound.
No
'Cause
more
if I'm
than
trying to sneak, I'm not so good at that.
it would probably make a little bit of a sound. It would be similar to like slightly damp ground, not muddy, but slightly damp.
Okay, but not like clacking on cobblestone.
No, nothing like that.
Okay, then yeah, I'm trying to sneak as well.
We need somebody to take a look inside.
I start to move around the other side,
Roll stealth.
around to the back.
Roll stealth. Anybody approaching? Since it's pretty clear that you guys want to do.
Key.
Ooh, I rolled a 2. but
Any
I got
bonuses, Bagby?
it. Well, I already rolled, so I
Okay,
probably
well, never mind then.
can't do another one.
I have a 10.
Phil, did you want to turn into something?
Well, don't feel bad, Crucible, because I got a 3.
Before we could get to any of that conversation, we were already sneaking up. So
Okay.
I'll just take the stealth roll I got, which was a critical for a 22.
My God.
Mike, I found the rake that somebody left upturned.
What'd you roll, bud?
Oh no!
What'd you roll,
Banged
bud?
right into my helmet. I rolled a 3.
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
I also rolled a 17, but with disadvantage.
So everybody's doing a fine enough job, right? At Crucible, you're as quiet as you can be. A slight slosh under your feet from suction from the slightly moist ground. But Joe just kicks a shovel as hard as he can.
Can't take him anywhere.
I'm like,
Fucking good job then.
wasn't me.
Head around to the back of the house.
Okay, round back, you see that there is 2 of the windows are burned out along the edges. There was never glass in them, clearly, but there's burned out around the edges, and the back door is just hung open.
God damn it.
Uh-oh. I think he's got roof kittens again.
Fucking cat is trying to knock over my TV. Okay.
I
Sorry.
head into the back door then.
Into the door?
Yep, right. The back door.
Follow behind Duncan.
Duncan heads in through the back door. And
I'm a back door man.
Sorry.
anybody else doing something specific?
I'm
Well, I like to watch.
it may be a little bit risky, but I am also going in the back door at the same time as Duncan.
Wow. 2 of you in the back door, huh?
DA, man. DA.
It's a bit of a stretch, but we'll make it work.
With my magnificent stealth roll, I will hold perfectly still and hope that their perception is sight based or movement based.
I mean, I had a critical, so Duncan's barely going to notice me in there with him.
I think that all has to do with size.
Well, yeah, I am pretty slender.
Yeah, but you're tall. I mean, you got that going for you.
Right.
Like Joe, I'm gonna hang back.
All right. You two duck your heads in. Inside, there's definitely a fire. A lot of furniture is tipped over. Whoever left in a hurry. A lot of clothes were left. Nice dishes. There's crystals hung as decoration along the walls. That, I mean, you don't know what they're worth down here, but upstairs they would definitely be considered niceties. But there's no sign of anybody here.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like about this? The fire part of it.
The fire part, yeah.
Like, the goers. They like that fire, don't they?
The who?
The gore.
Oh, right, yeah.
Different band.
Right, the Minotaurs, yeah.
Right. They're like fire minotaurs, aren't they?
I mean, not so much. I mean, they typically sow a path of destruction, but this seems isolated. The other shacks we passed weren't burnt, were they?
You never got that close to any of the rest of them.
Didn't notice
suppose
any of
it's
those.
true, but it didn't look like there was like an obvious path of destruction.
Suppose you're right then.
Can
I suppose.
Well, good. Sorry. Go ahead. I'll pick a better spot.
I mean, I suppose we haven't really taken a close look anywhere. We haven't seen anyone.
I head to the front door then.
Mm-hmm. It's unlatched, just closed.
Just open it and head step out.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem to be anyone here.
As he's doing that, I would continue. I would take a closer look inside the house, looking for any signs of life or bodies. If there's like any tricklets of blood, if it looks like anybody was actually attacked.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation. Outside?
When Duncan pops his head out and says that, I would not worry about stealth anymore. And I go check out the chicken coop, see if there's any, like maybe someone's hiding in there or something like that.
Okay, yeah. You go over the coop, and you couldn't notice it from around front, but as soon as you get close, you notice that the back of it is totally torn off.
Okay. So is there anyone hiding in there?
No. No. There is a large amount of what you can clearly tell is dried blood on the ground and in amongst the coop, though. Looks like a large predator got in there.
Is that like feathers everywhere?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like
Yeah.
chickens got attacked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crucible, you want to come take a look in there?
I go ahead and approach.
Step out of his way.
Take a look in. Perception roll of meager 13.
Well, perception is just sort of a cursory glance around. You see everything they saw. You do see that the fire is very directional. There's the middle sort of major living space, and only like 2/3 of that is actually burned. There's one room off to the we'll call it I guess that would be west, the direction that you came from initially along the road, that is totally burned out. But then another whole part of there's another room off to the east side of the house that is totally untouched.
Can we determine the source, like where it started?
Investigation.
And I wanted to look at a few things outside. Also, Mike.
Sure. Bagby, what are you doing?
10.
I mean, probably at this point just following her around, because I don't want to repeat what other people are doing. So
Okay.
she's just kind of following and watching.
Okay. Yeah, Crucible, you're not quite sure the source. Although you do have the feeling, just the way that it looks like it burned across the room, that it was actually ignited in two different places. Like it was ignited in one room and the other room, not just one particular source. Joe.
First, I want to do two things if I can. First, you said it was wet ground, right? Like damp ground?
Yeah, it's pretty damp.
Are there any prints around the coop?
Very good of you to look for that. Yes, you see prints around back. Sort of stuck into the clay-like mud.
What do they look like?
They look like large hoof prints.
Okay. The other thing I would want to do is, are there any animals nearby that I can see? Like, I don't know what the equivalent of a squirrel would be in a mushroom forest, but a really high squirrel, maybe. Sorry.
It's Oregon squirrels.
Yeah.
Christmas time is near. Time for joy.
But yeah, like a bird or any sort of like small
Fucking
animal.
bird.
Let
Let me go ahead and educate myself on the animals of the Underdark.
Well, fuck, dude, you can just make something up. We're not gonna fact check you.
Bats, motherfucker.
Probably would be a lot of bats.
Giant spooter!
You see a decent amount of stuff in the well, roll perception, I guess. This wouldn't be something that you would just notice outright.
Okie doke. 16, not too bad for me.
16. You've seen a lot of lizards, larger insects, bats, flying lizards of different sites on your way down here. And while you still see evidence of a few of them, and actually even a couple of them crawling up in the mushrooms, it's far less around here.
Okay. Well, you might know what's coming. I'm gonna use speak with animals.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to have a little chat with one of these various critters running around.
Okay.
I guess a lizard I see on a mushroom.
All right. I'm gonna use the restroom, and then
Okay.
we'll do the lizard talk. I'll
you
figure
think
out
of
what the lizard knows
voices?
as I'm peeing, and then we'll. Shit!
Oh,
I
man.
should remember my party has.
I haven't done that.
Speak
for a
with
while.
animals.
I'm gonna get some water.
Just wait until I try and talk to one of the mushrooms. Or, I guess fungus doesn't really fall into the plant family, so that doesn't actually work.
Fungus is a plant, isn't it?
Not from a genus perspective.
Mushrooms aren't really plants. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't make their own food. That's the big difference.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's some humongous fungus around among us, but I can't talk
Around
to it.
us? Did you just say there's humongous fungus around us?
I might have fucked that up a little bit. Hey,
That's okay. It's
you know
funnier
what?
that way. You do have speak with plants, though?
I do.
Mm.
I also, my investigation of the inside of the horse is amounts to effectively, we ain't found shit.
You're just looking like you're standing right up against the wall looking at it. I don't see anything.
I'm distracted by all the like crystals and stuff. I'm like, what the?
You're healing
French
crystals.
toast. It's like
I just got a major
walk-
wave of tired.
Uh-oh.
drink more or less. I don't know.
I put my wine away. I'm tired of it. It didn't.
You don't have to work tomorrow, right?
No.
Time to start snorting some cocaine then.
There you go.
La cocaína.
Let me just grab it.
Rookie, you don't have it ready. Come
He's got
on.
a cookie jar just full of coke.
I mean, what do you think I'm doing?
Flour that I bake with.
What do you think I'm doing every time I go like this?
I guess I've been kind of cutting back during the pandemic. How is Sergio doing?
Sergio?
Mhm.
Is that your dealer?
That was the joke. The joke was going to be that we all have a coke dealer named Sergio.
Sergio.
I missed it because I'm tired.
That's
All right.
okay. You didn't miss much.
I have returned.
Talk to them animals.
Laura needs some meth if you got a minute.
Yeah, let
Matt,
me.
what are we fucking peasants? It has to be cocaine.
I'll text you some, Laura.
Text you some
I
Matt.
think that's how that works.
I think
It is.
I know your address. I'll just send my guy over.
Get Amazon
DoorDash it?
delivery.
Yeah, DoorDash.
We do food delivery. We do drink delivery. Of course, we have drug delivery in town now.
Why not?
Bagby. What? I think Joe's talking to that lizard over there.
Yeah.
Do you think he's all right?
You guys are just looking out the window watching me do this.
Doesn't Joe talk to animals? Like he's the animal catcher, man. Isn't that part of the resume?
Right. I've seen him talk to cats and things, but never a lizard.
All right, Mr. Lizard, can we please stop talking about my mother?
I might come in this.
I'm trying to ask you something serious here.
Well, my name's Larry.
I kind of assumed you'd be an asshole. Okay. All right, Larry. Sorry to bother you.
You cunt.
Okay.
There it
Oh
is.
man, this is a curmudgeonly lizard.
I was gonna be nice. You said something.
Every animal I've ever talked to in this campaign has been an asshole to me, so I figured the lizard would as well.
No, I take it back. My name's Larry.
Larry, I'm sorry to bother you, but do you know what happened here?
Oh yeah, the Brakowskis. Nice people. Shame. They had some stuff. That stuff from the northern caverns. They wandered down here and really caused some problems.
What'd they look like?
Oh man, what do they look like? Jenny, yo, what? The thing that attacked the Barkowskis. What? How would you describe it? Oh, it had like it was tall, 2 legs, on fire. On fire. That was a big one. It was on fire. It had horns. It had horns, right? Yeah, it had horns. Yeah, like that. Spooky. Fire shot out of its fucking mouth. Craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I've only been alive for about 6 months, but craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it sounds pretty crazy. Did it kill the people, do you know, or did it just take them?
No, luckily they got out. Them and a lot of the others around here, they made trek to the capital, down the road. I got a cousin that lives there. He says it's just a mess.
Do you know which way the tall on fire thing went?
Oh, back up north. Same way it came in.
All right.
Wasn't
Thank you
even
very
trying
much.
to kill nothing. It was the craziest shit.
I take out some travel jerky or whatever, my rations, and leave it for the lizards who are so helpful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You know if this is
There he is.
gluten-free?
It's jerky, so yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Yep. It's not vegan friendly though. Just FYI.
Lizards eat jerky? I don't know. Never tried to feed one though.
You see the lizard grab the jerky and walk up the tree, Duncan.
Look at that.
I feel like the salt might be an issue.
You know, you learn something every day, don't you?
Yeah, you
Lizards
really
need
do.
salt too.
Not that much.
I think that's a snail problem.
Oh no, it's definitely a snail problem. I'm saying like lizards.
This is the argument you're having in the house right now?
Are you equating a lizard to a snail? Man, Ori, I knew your racism ran deep, but...
No. I'm just saying it
level.
wouldn't be like a natural part of their diet. And
For real, Ori. It's a fucking problem, man.
I'm gonna see if
I
they've
walk
got
in.
any
I walk
tea.
into.
They're
I walk
already
into the
like
house to
they don't
everybody
drink that
having
much
an
water. They
intervention
wouldn't
with
have
Ori.
that much to balance it out.
All right, that's all I wanted to do with the lizards. I would go in the house and I would share what I learned from
You-
the tracks and the lizards.
So the horns and the hoof print, that sounds familiar on what you guys said.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a minotaur. I'm not sure why they're on fire, but I believe, Bagby, you said that your goblin compatriots underneath the city, they were attacked by minotaurs on fire?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why the
You saw
fuck
that
would...
painting, Ori? That one painting we saw with the big minotaur that was on fire, and everyone always talks about fire too,
Well, yeah, the gore was depicted as being on fire.
right?
We should probably speed up.
Yeah, they said, oh, yes, they said that the people went to the capital, so we should probably go there, too.
Yeah, we should definitely speed up.
Ori, I think you need to turn into a horse or something.
Oh, to pull the cart fiesta.
Oh, I got this. And I summon the my spirit. We'll
horse.
summon him as a draft horse.
You sure you're not going to summon Bagby's dog?
Bagby can ride on the cart if she really wants to ride.
I'm faster than all of you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your dog.
It's true.
Look. It's either I summon a horse to pull the cart or I have to pull the cart. So
Or Ori pulls the
summoning a
cart.
horse.
Ori can pull the cart. He's a very nice pack animal.
He's a very nice horse. He's a horse prepared.
Yeah, I'm a packing something.
We keep losing the Ori accent tonight. The
Did I?
yeah. You get back to the cart. Aedrys and Genny are sitting there playing the slap hands game. And basically, Aedrys is just losing over and over again.
Yeah, they are just big kids, aren't they?
Ow! Ow!
They're
Damn
Mike's
it.
NPCs, so yes.
Genny laughs. Did you find the people?
Apparently, they all evacuated to the capital,
Oh.
so we're gonna get going. As I'm hitching up the horse to the cart.
Where the hell did you find a horse?
Don't worry about it.
Just look at it. It's amazing.
Yeah, the horse turns his head around and just looks at her,
Don't worry
shakes
about
his
it.
head. Can't talk, but he gives her a look that says, "Don't worry."
It did this one time because I fucking said so.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. While you are on guard for the rest of your trip, it is highly uneventful. It takes you another... Would you stop to rest?
How long does it take us?
It would take a better part of 12 hours to get there.
I mean, there's
Just because a lot of yours
12 hours from the train.
from
what time? It was afternoon when we started, right?
it would okay, yeah. It would be. There's no day-night cycle here though, so
Right, but if we went the natural amount of time where we would all get tired, I suppose we would try and either find an inn-type structure or somewhere to camp.
Just take turns riding the cart.
I mean,
Push on through then.
okay. So yeah,
if
nobody
we need to
get
stop. I can hide us.
as long as you take turns riding the cart, like Duncan said. Actually, you would all get there and not have to worry too much about exhaustion or anything like that.
Okay, that's fine too.
Do we get a long rest then?
No, because you would have to continuously move throughout the course of it. As you're getting close, you start to see the city, and Bagby would be able to explain to you that the large buildings you're seeing aren't actually the castle. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this stuff in the background again so you can look at the... what you're seeing in the background of the shot, is not the castle. It's sort of like a mock-up what a lot of the larger buildings look like. This city, quote unquote, is a collection of pods built around large structures. So in the background of this is one of the large structures. They're incredibly large, well built, intricate, mix of dwarven and elven architecture. You can clearly tell just from the stuff you've seen before. I mean, you went to the Feywilds, for Christ's sake. But and inside of these huge structures, and Bagby would be describing all of this to you, is sort of a communal everything. There's businesses, there's manufacturing, there's living, everything inside of these. And then surrounding them are small huts of various, trickle out that couldn't fit. You know what I mean? The city starts very early on with these large buildings, these pods, but the pods are separated. So there's probably, 2 football fields between each pod, even though technically it's all the same city. Bagby would know from previous that this is due to coat of arms style familial housing. You know what I mean? They're not all related, but you're all under the same sort of thing, so you all live there.
It's like micro-feudalism.
Yeah, something like that. But they're all under the castle. The castle is an epically large version of that I don't have a picture for. Approaching the closer you get to the castle, and you see the castle quite a ways out, the more pop-up tent style housing you see. There's clearly a large number of what could only be described as refugee displaced drow here. And not just drow, there's also orc, dwarf, goblin. Lesser numbers quite a bit, but yes.
Look at that then.
You look at it. Seems like they've been there. They've been here.
Bagby, I think we better find that queen.
I don't know how much aid we would be getting in way of an army, but I definitely want to check on her.
Aye.
You arrive to the castle. There's a huge crowd outside. Guards lining the entry steps, just trying to get people lined up in some sort of way. They're not listening to anybody. From behind the guards, you can see some nicer dressed style guards just trying to get some sort of order happening, and it's not fucking happening. What's your plan to get through this?
Well, crap baskets, they're not in any position to let anybody in with the crowd like this.
Now it's probably 500-600 people. You from the edge of it, even with your cart, you can get 60 feet away. So it's not an impassable distance, but still pretty far.
Folks, we're between a rock and a hard place here. We could either sneak in, which would probably be frowned upon by those within. Not a very good first impression, though I know it's not a first impression for you, Bagby. But for the rest of us, it probably wouldn't look so great. Or we could try and calm down the crowd, which would very much make our presence widely known. Which also might not be great.
Could also distract the crowd. Aedrys speaks up.
Give them something else to look at.
Aedrys,
Yeah.
can you still do those illusion things that you've been doing before?
Oh, Duncan. Yeah.
Perhaps that's a place to start then.
What do you got in mind, big blue boy?
How are you at making seals?
Like for letters?
No, like, seals? Like things from up north then?
Oh,
That swim around in the, seals?
right, yeah. I've seen pictures.
We could put on a seal show.
Okay.
I'm kind of looking around at these while they're coming up with this crazy idea. I'm kind of looking around at the folks around us. How are they looking? Are they like emaciated and hungry, or are they just kind of here?
Perception. Or insight. Actually, insight.
Insight. Okay. Like what? Or beyond that, like, I guess I'm definitely going to do the insight, but like, I guess beyond that, I'd be wondering like what they're demanding from the guards. But it's a 26 on insight.
So there's not a whole lot of malnourishment. Clearly,
Okay.
nobody looks like they're about to fucking keel over. It does look there are some amount of minor injury amongst the group.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are demanding, "What are you doing about it?" Basically, they're "Oh, I lost my place. What the fuck are you doing about me losing my place?" You know what I mean? A lot of them are claiming like land rights, and they want to talk about. A lot of them have paperwork about land rights, and they want to talk about that. But no, this is not an ailed group by any stretch of the imagination.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know exactly what you guys are coming up with the seals and whatnot, but it seems what's motivating these people, what's really upsetting these people, is that they lost their lands and their homes. So that might be a strong motivator in whatever you come up with.
Duncan, I got an idea.
What?
So you can make water do all sorts of stuff, right?
Right. I was going to make hoops and things, and then you could make the seals jump through the hoops.
What if you make the seals jump through the hoops? and I hide lights inside that hypnotizes the crowd to stare at us.
Well, that's good too.
You ever heard of the spell hypnotic pattern?
Out of character, I have.
I don't know much about that spell, but I can make things jump up into the air and cause nice explosions of color and water and things.
I'll add the color. You do the water.
Right. Let's go.
Okay.
Suppose we should all look away then.
Until roll performance then.
Mm-hmm.
Bo, don't watch what they're doing, Bo.
I know.
It's going to be really cool, but don't watch it.
I gather up the water and it begins to swirl up into the air. Looks a bit like a what do they call those things again?
Helix?
Sure. And it flies up into the air. And then performance. Use a bit of luck. I'll take that one. 22. I cause explosions of water in the air, like fireworks and things.
Fantastic. Yes. Very distracting. A lot of and Aedrys adds blinking lights into all of it.
I grab Vanko's head and turn her head away from it.
Oh, but I wanted to look at the pretty.
It's too bad no one here has a pan flute, because some music here would be quite nice.
That's a callback.
Not joking.
We're essentially creating Caesar's palace.
Not joking. Not joking. Not joking. Bo takes out a lute. Because he has one.
Oh man.
We've made the fountain show at Caesar's palace.
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
Believe the Dragonborn comes now.
It is the Bellagio.
Here I am. Dun, 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 dun. Rock me like a hurricane.
Rock me like hurricane.
All right. So everybody else needs to try to sneak inside, I guess.
Bagby, can you
Bagby, Ori,
Yes.
Crucible Joe.
Pass without a trace.
Thank
With
you.
2 key points, add 10 to your stealth.
Disadvantage. Hey, that wasn't bad. I got a 22.
21 or 16. 16.
I got a natural 20 for a 38.
I got an 18.
Bagby does this really super cool thing where she like teleports from shadow to shadow, and it's
Where?
really awesome.
Oh crap! Where'd Bagby go? Did we lose her in the crowd?
She's able to sneak between the molecules of solid objects now.
I am Shadow.
Jenny got a 29. With your plus 10.
Yeah, girl.
So, yes. You get up to the row of guards who are also just kind of staring at the thing. You very easily wander by them. And start making your way up the steps. Now, this will not include Duncan, Bo, and Aedrys.
Not Bo?
Bo's playing guitar, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said that.
He's looting it up.
God damn it. Keep turning off the wrong fucking things. There we go.
Feel good about that joke, Phil?
I do. I feel. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
What?
In on the stream.
Twitch.
Drow Boy Bebop. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Just no. It was in response to Bars' thing. It's fine.
Has a sign about how Space Jow Cowboy series got canceled. Firefly. You make it up to the front gate that is open. You make your way inside. Bagby, you feel very stealthy until you realize Jenny's right next to you.
Okay. I'll see you.
Hey, you. That's really cool, the thing you did. You should teach me that sometime. I could steal lots of stuff with it.
And stealing is wrong.
I do not subscribe to your version of morality.
I'm aware, but your dad feels guilty about not raising you properly, so just tell him stealing is wrong.
I mean, he kinda should.
Stealing is wrong.
Okay. Who are we looking for and where are we going?
Well, I mean...
Boy, you think
don't
we'd
know
learn to
about
establish that before we do our plan?
I don't know about you and your dad. I thought the two of you were going to do, like, your own thing and find your mom's family and stuff, and he didn't want me to come.
Oh, yeah, I kind of got caught up in the moment. I'm here now.
Yeah, you guys are here now. We're here to see the queen.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but I talked to Dad. We assumed the tax records would be here.
I mean, that makes sense. It would be.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Still whispering. We're inside.
I'm totally whispering.
Can't we just announce ourselves?
I'm not loud. You're loud.
Oh, yeah, do we have to whisper?
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Sorry.
Well, who's there, though?
An attendant walks up to you. You actually recognize this one, however you didn't speak to him. You recognize him from the large feast that you had when you were here last. You particularly remember sneaking off to deliver a letter and that incredible spicy mushroom stew that you...
Hello, my good sir.
What language is this in?
Undercommon, because I don't speak Drow.
Hello. You seem familiar.
I am a friend of Queen Abala Sadala.
The Queen has many people that call her friend. You are...
Sorry, I inhaled my own saliva. I am Bagby of Krasden, granddaughter of Nitma.
An envoy of Krasden.
Correct.
Fantastic.
These are my people.
Fantastic. I did not know we had a Drow ambassador amongst your people. He's kind of like quizzically staring at Jenny. And, are these all humans? Or...
Does it matter?
No,
Yep, I'm going to keep the hood up. Yep, we're going to say still human.
Simply for addressing later. Yes. Right this way.
Thank you.
Were you known to be arriving? I had not heard.
I believe I tried to send an envoy, but it is quite the journey, and coming in, seeing a few fires and the destruction, it's possible that the envoy did not make it in time.
Well, there are many things possible in these days. I am sorry, we have...
Fiery manticores? Manitars.
The Manticore, he wasn't even in this episode.
It's only funny because that's another thing. Yes, there are now!
yeah, it's like, don't get my ideas.
No, fiery minotaurs.
We don't
Demogorgon,
need any fucking
yes!
Scorpion lions, okay?
Fiery gorgon medusas. Flame snakes.
Well, we already fought it.
The
Well, you
funniest
guys
thing
fought
I
a
saw
dragon.
recently on Reddit was the Stranger Things subreddit. It said mods are asleep. Quick, post D&D Demogorgon. And it's pictures of the Demogorgon from the Monsters Manual, not the one from the show. Yeah, it was funny.
Isn't that the Stranger Things Demogorgon? Isn't that
No,
supposed to
it's
be
a
based
two-head.
off the D&D?
It's a bipedal two-headed lion with tentacle arms.
Yeah,
Totally different.
cool.
He leads you to a place in that grand hall, up towards a back table. Would you like to eat, Master Bagby of Krasden?
We could, but don't put yourself out for us.
You are an honored guest, and it would be our privilege.
If you have some of that spicy mushroom soup that I had last time I was here, I won't say no.
Fantastic. And the same for the rest of your groups, yes?
Do you all like spicy mushroom soup? They're offering to feed us.
France, we are from France. No,
Hey, yes.
yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Yep, yeah, that's fine.
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you. This one doesn't eat. And I point to Crucible.
Very good. I will also see if I can find someone who would know where the queen is.
Thank you.
He disappears. You're alone for maybe 10 minutes. If there's anything you specifically need to talk about to each other, you can do that now. If not, we can fast track.
I'll fill them in on what he said in Undercommon, since Crucible's the only one that can understand. I will translate the conversation to everyone else.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Would it be rude if Crucible gives us a running translation when you're having these conversations?
I don't think so. I think that would probably be helpful.
Act as translator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, probably just make it a little easier for everyone.
So
For Crucible.
So Bags, you when you were talking to them last time you were here, you found that Undercommon was the only common language you had with them.
As far as I could figure out, I really only talked to the Queen and Grandma.
There were a few cases in which you heard Axum and Nitma trying to be very formal and royal, speaking to people in a language you did not understand.
There was some kind of formal language that Axum and Nitma could speak, but I don't know.
Okay. Fair
I'm
enough.
assuming they have their own kind of Drow language.
Crucible doing the running translation is going to be similar to the News for the Hard of Hearing on SNL. For those of you who are too young to understand that, look it up.
I'm
not explaining it.
Wednesday.
Very good. Well, I would at this point keep my ears peeled for any languages I do recognize.
Okay. After a short time, some staff come out with bowls of soup for all of you, and leave it there. After 10 minutes, the one attendant returns with Bagby, someone you recognize, sitting. You never spoke to, but sitting not far from the queen at the long table when you ate there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. I am one of the advisors to the Queen. My name is Abasa. How may I help you?
Well, I was hoping to speak to the Queen,
I
but if she's
understand
indisposed,
she's not here at the moment.
not here in the city or not here in the castle?
Not here in the city. We have no... We did not expect your arrival, or it would be grander, I promise.
Oh, it's all right. We didn't need much. We come bearing news from up top, which also happens to coincide with many of the things that are happening down here.
Very good. You may leave, Dua. The first person you talk to leaves. And as soon as he sort of watches, as soon as he's aware that you're alone. Should we speak in private? He glances at the people around you.
Oh no, they are with me. And are well aware of this situation.
Is Chris Bull doing the running translation?
Yes.
I recognize you. You were here with Master Nitma from before.
I was.
And I am aware that you facilitated in a recent strenuous situation.
I aided the Queen, how she asked.
Yes, I was informed. The Queen has her armies north in the caverns. They are caving in some of the northern lands.
Is that the origin point of the beasts currently attacking several areas?
Yes, from what we can tell, yes.
Then
I
maybe
must ask, do you come promising aid from your city?
To be honest, I was coming to ask for aid.
So you have much of the same troubles even though you are south of us.
Mm-hmm. The activities that were happening upstairs, I don't know what has reached your ears. There was a army of orcs attacking many of the upper cities, making their way towards Adinagard for unrelated reasons. But they also knew much of what was happening down here. We had an audience with the Orc King, the War King, and he shared with us the dire situation that we are currently in with these followers, this army rising up in the name of Baphomet.
Well, since you are sharing that, I will share that we have met the great king of the orcs as well.
Ah, Leo, he's cool, right?
King Leodar, yes, was quite nice. He assisted with a few of the early skirmishes. We worry about this new army. They don't seem to be operating in a normal pattern. I must say that there is growing concern over surface dwellers. He glances at everyone amongst you.
They're cool.
I understand that they are good with you, but some have been spotted amongst the enemy. You know this, yes?
Yes.
Good.
Those that have been spotted amongst the enemies, from what we're gathering, come from oddly wealthier families of Adenagard. Some connected directly to council members of the Adenian Council.
This is something you do not say to anyone other than myself or the Queen, then, yes?
Yes, absolutely not. Only to trusted allies.
We're already doing our best to downplay the surface's role in this. Growing call for a full-blown invasion has been growing. I said that twice. 3, 2, 1.
They're redundant. We love you, Patrick. I want you to know that.
In a very platonic way.
So after Crucible translates that last little bit,
Mm-hmm.
I would just throw it as an aside to Bagby. Well, not really an aside since we're all standing near each other. But I'd just say Bagby, you might remember we were asked by General Axum to deal with above grounders that are helping these people. So that's one of our goals.
That's very true, Joe. We were supposed to find the source of that corruption.
I would share that back. My friend here reminds me that by order of Axum, I'm sure you know Axum, we have been tasked with rooting out the source of the corruption of the Edenian influence on this upstairs army. We're currently very, very quickly training a infiltrator to hopefully join the ranks and spy for us.
Very good. The Queen will be happy to hear of it. Whenever she returns.
How long has she been away?
Your time... fortnight.
2 weeks.
Yes.
When was her return expected?
It wasn't. They were unaware of how long it would take. Duncan! Roll perception. As you've moved on to the Bellagio's fountain structure.
Natural 20 on that, so 25.
As you're doing your show, you hear horns, sort of glance behind you and see that there is a large marching force heading in your direction.
Oh, shite. Do I get a sense of who they might be?
They're the flags associated are the same flags attached to the castle.
Oh, that's not so bad then. Aedrys, I think maybe the show should be over then. Get ready for your grand finale.
I would, but Bo really seems to be fucking killing it.
It is quite nice, isn't it? I've not heard things like this before, but I rather like it though.
He's playing through the fire and the flames.
Rock and roll all night.
Very, very, very musical family, this one.
So I bring it to a grand finale then.
some asshole in the audience yells, "Free bird!"
Kill that man. Kill him.
What's wrong with freeing birds? I think birds should be free as well. Whatever then.
You wrap up the show.
Aye.
You see, as the closer they approach, from afar, it's clearly an organized army, right? They're in row and file, and but when they get a little closer, you can see it's a little more haphazard. They're not quite in step. There's some people are wearing helmets, some aren't. Some have matching armor, some don't. And a single person leads the walk. You you see that it is a woman wearing a crown.
Does it look as though there's many hurt folks with them?
Yeah. They're towards the back of the march. There's a lot of people being carried. Some alive, some not.
Right. Do I notice whether any of the guards outside the castle notice that they're coming?
Yes, and they're trying to make their way through the crowd, but it's not going well.
Right. I take the water back up and using more performance, I light it up in a blues and reds that says, "Make way for your queen." Performance roll. I'm going to use a bit of luck. I'll take the 13.
You did a great job. It says make way for your queen. However, it is in common. And nobody speaks or reads that language here.
I look at Aedrys. They don't speak common, do they?
I would assume not, no.
Shite.
I gotta get rid of
Like,
both.
it's not even close. Like, the script is not even in the same kind of characters.
Hold on a second. There's just everything's so separated in this fucking bullshit that I have here. Okay, that's gonna go away. As the army gets close, the person at the front calls to you in common. They can't speak that. Don't worry.
I figured that out. Wait, I got an idea.
She approaches you.
I quickly try to turn it into a crown, but I only roll an 8.
You sure made a good donut.
It's a halo.
The crowd now that they're close start to recognize what's happening behind them. She approaches you. And why does a surface elf down here, a blue surface elf?
Oh, not an elf, but that's fine. I'm Duncan. I'm friends with Bagby. I think you know her.
Ah, yes.
She went looking for you inside. I assume you're the queen.
Yes.
It's very nice to meet you. You have a lovely home.
Follow me. You're immediately poked with swords as you're told to go forward.
Right. Oh, okay then.
Are we being arrested now?
I don't know, Bo. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure.
Thank you, Drow Kingdom!
That was quite nice. Where'd you learn to play like that?
Family thing.
Ori says he's got quite a musical family, but you can't tell by listening to him sing.
He sucked. Bagby, as you all are sitting there, the front doors that you're still totally in view of, albeit they are far away, are swung wide open, and a large procession moves in.
That was some pretty uncanny timing.
The queen heading towards you.
Moves the plot along.
The queen heading towards you, clearly identifying you, even going so far as when she gets closer, pointing. Speaking in Undercommon now. My dear, you're not supposed to be here.
True. But situations have changed.
I can fucking agree with that. She throws her helmet at one of the nearby guards standing on the wall, who catches it awkwardly.
Wine?
Yes. Also, I need a surgeon sent for. She motions to somebody. I believe I'm still bleeding.
Crucible. Joe, she's still bleeding.
With your permission, I say in common.
I translate.
Yep.
In back to him in common. Permission granted.
Okay. I use lay on hands. I don't know how much damage she has, so I'm gonna just keep doing it until she's healed.
How much does lay on hands heal for?
I have 35 points worth.
It's just a point pool.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Then
however much I
it
want.
would require 17-ish.
Okay. I would use 17.
As soon as you do that, she pulls a bound cloth around her waist out. That's clearly soaked.
Nope.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
All of you with me. She looks at you back in Undercommon, Bagby. I need to change. You will wait in my waiting area, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You follow her along. She doesn't really talk to you much because she's busy talking in that language you don't understand to some clearly well-to-do advisor types the entire way.
Do I understand it?
You do not. Although you do catch a word or two in Elvish. You were taken to a nice entertainment room, right? Sitting area, table, chairs, comfortable seating. They even have a Krasden style music player that somebody turns on and plays for you. After 20-ish minutes, she comes back, dressed very nicely, going so far as to... it's like the gown of dress pants. You know those puffy style pants that ladies can wear that dudes can't, because I just can't imagine a guy getting away with it.
I think they're called puffy pants.
Are they called puffy pants? Is that a real thing?
No, they're not.
Okay. Well, I shouldn't have trusted you in any way or shape or form ever. Not MC Hammer pants, because they went back in at the bottom. No, it's really like the pants that ladies wear that are like, they are pants but they're dresses that like.
So they often.
It's like a dress sewn together in the middle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
Skirts, but they're not skirts.
Harem pants?
That's actually what I was thinking. Harem pants, yeah.
It's very pantsuity, what she shows back into, but
Okay.
Yeah. She's wearing a very modest tiara. Bagby, darling, I'm assuming you've eaten, yes?
Yes, they provided us with some very delightful mushroom soup.
Oh, I love the She goes to the door. The mushroom soup! God, send it! She just shuts the door.
It's all right.
Plenty of mushroom soup. Send up the mushroom and brandy. And she shuts the door. Would it be better if I speak to you in common?
That would be easier, yes. Then Crucible and I don't have to translate Undercommon.
Forgive me if I get the words wrong.
My Undercommon is rusty.
I've noticed. Bagby, I thought it was fairly clear that you and I weren't going to be in the same room together for quite some time.
Like I said, situations have changed.
Yes, but I had hoped that perhaps Master Axum or some other member of the council would be joining us. Your grandmother, for instance, could have sent anybody.
Well, fun fact, I'm on the council now, so that's me.
Oh my God, is your grandma dead?
No, she's retiring.
Oh. Okay. I was informed, by the way, that you arrived with gold. Was that gift for me?
Mm-hmm.
They commandeered your wagon, by the way.
Makes sense. But yes, those gifts were for you.
Thank you very much. I will pretend to everybody who gives a shit that I need them. It's bad, Bagby. You know that, yes?
Fiery minotaurs.
They breathe fire.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not... I've never seen that before, Bagby.
Neither have we.
Not when that happened last time. Not this time. They have They have humans with them. And ogres. And trolls. And spiderlings. And abyssal. And every manner of horror that comes out of the deep robes. You know that, right, Bagby?
That's why I'm here.
Am I right to presume that the rest of you are Rite members of your Krasden city?
Aye, that is correct.
That is correct.
Minus.
And you don't have to.
Not I. Sorry.
Yeah, these four are not.
Ooh, not me. What?
Banco, shut your mouth. You don't speak here.
I see you finally have someone of the best version of us among your people. And she sort of cheerses to the newly brought brandy and soup that have showed up in the room. To Jenny. Oh my God, yes. Forgive me if I talk while I eat.
That's a bit spicy, isn't it?
She is here for an unrelated, semi-related reason.
I know why she's here. But we should speak about our thing. What are we going to do, our two cities? They're not interested in you or I. You know that as well as I do.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still killing our people. This Gore, he can't control them. This army, there is no Baphomet out there.
Nope.
But they're marching to a drum that is not being played. Which means either they find a new cause or get angry that their cause is broken. So what is your city's plan, Bagby? And please tell me you have one.
By the by, I would have read those council letters on the train.
Yes.
Do any of those have anything to do with a plan?
Axum has sent two. The first one was a very lengthy one about an idea for caving in deep road structure in very systematic places and hoping that just curves everybody off. And he's gone from let's invade a Denagard to fuck it, it's their problem very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he figured out, he's also of the mind that that Baphomet isn't a thing, and they're just fucking tearing ass through trying to get to Denagard. So he's like, fuck it, it's their problem. That's where he's at. That's what his whole plan is. The second letter is sort of an addendum to the first letter. Clearly, the first letter was written sometime. He got some new information, and it all sort of adds into that as a whole. Mm-hmm. The second letter being very specific. It's not GPS, but GPS locations, like map locations, like these need to be shut down based on what we've put together. Very strategic, militaristic strategy is what he sent. This is my idea. Mm-hmm. Dulce also sent a letter saying that if they're having problems with this, that she needs to visit Krasden so that she can speak publicly about it to the council.
I would show her all three of those. This is the communication that I have received, seeing as I am still knee-deep in this rights of protection business. I'm receiving letters from the council. Axum has a, as you know, very militaristic viewpoint, and frankly is probably on the same page with what your armies are currently doing, as I've been informed.
It's something I've always agreed with him on.
Dulce is requesting your physical presence to plead your case for aid. I think Dulce is a dumb piece of shit.
He may not be wrong, though, Bagby.
He may not be wrong, but I want it to be known to you and everyone that he's a dumb piece of shit.
Your city is the only thing closest to a dwarven tig that still speaks to us. If we were to get your stocky brethren involved, then I would need to speak to your city. Ugh. Krasden is too bright for my eyes. It's like staring at a lava flow straight up. I wouldn't recommend it.
We have some connections with the dwarves to the north. They would take them time to get here.
You're talking about the factory? Because I don't know what good they would do bringing down a bunch of metal workers.
I could think of some uses for metal.
You're saying that there are more tigers around us.
No, the only other one within useful distance is the southern Tig, and well, for quite some time, due to my late husband, it has been quite strained amongst us. He was a Empire First sort of nationalist, if you hear me.
Understand.
Well, speak up, humans. You know your people.
We've spoken to the Prince of Adenagard. He's recently suffered a personal loss I won't go into about at the hands of this army. I think he'd be amenable to helping if he had some sort of plan. But the problem at that point then is exposing the underworld to the wider knowledge of the humans.
Which admittedly my people have historically been more open to than yours. Well,
Oh,
then
I know.
hers.
That would be my initial plan. With their army, your army, Krasden's army, and if we can get the dwarves on our side, with all of those powers combined, we could stand a fighting chance against this wave. Individually, we have nothing. But Krasden will never agree to allowing the Adena Guardians below.
You smell of wood elf. She stares at Ori.
I pull my hood off. I am half that, but I am not a representative of the Fey King or his people.
Teonel has not spoken to us in generations.
I am not surprised. He is a
Racist.
prideful douche canoe, yes.
Ideally, if there were any sort of battle where we had all those armies together, we would be able to convince Teonel to assist as well.
I would hope he would come to reason, but his avarice, that means desire, yes?
They know.
No, I'm asking if I got the word right.
Oh. Avarice is, yes, kind of.
More like greed, but yeah, could
Greed.
be desire.
Then it still fits. His desire for your city is well known.
Or is she looking at Bagby when she said that?
No, you, Joe.
For Adenagard?
Yes.
So, because their city and Adenagard mirror each other on separate planes.
Oh, yeah.
He helped fund your Adenian empire simply so that he could run it. Didn't turn out, but that was his reasons.
Well, as he is someone who likes playing the long game, I doubt he wishes to see his investment crushed under minotaurs. Even if he has to ally himself with someone he'd rather not.
She turns her gaze to Crucible. What of your people? How's the battle going?
Unfortunately for us, we are scattered. We are not a gathered group.
The deep hunters have been scattered?
It's true.
And these truly are end times. Bagby, you tell your city that I will appear before their council. If they blow a single horn and roll out a single red carpet, I will start to strangle small green and stocky little throats. I just want you to know that.
Can you start with Dulcis?
I do not care for the man, but I have no reason to hate him.
He put a hit out on me, if that helps.
I have a reason to hate him. Really?
Mm-hmm.
In Undercommon? Really?
Really.
Do you want my assassin sent?
No, I'll handle him. I gave him a pretty good verbal beating a while back.
We just got the new up top. We just got a new guild master for our Assassin's Guild.
I'll keep it in mind.
He's good. Can't. It's hard to talk to him, but he's good.
Oh, is it HB? Kenku. Ravenkind.
Housebreaker.
Yeah, bird. Yeah.
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 He's great.
He fled his space. Down here, we appreciate our Assassin's Guild. It is a government job.
No, yeah, he's great. Wait, out of character. He was the one that Dahl sent after me, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's actually the one who tried to kill me.
I'm surprised you did not succeed. Good for you.
Now we have a relationship. I don't think... With the work that we've done with the Assassin's Guild upstairs and the work we've done with HB, I don't think Dolls will be using them anymore.
Professionals are professionals. Back in common. You are invited to stay here for as long as you would like. And I will speak to you in a moment, young lady. She points at Jenny.
I would say at least the evening. It has been a long journey. But with the way the war is progressing, we probably shouldn't stay longer than that.
She looks at the music box that's the size of a fucking wardrobe, by the way, on the back wall. Bagby, now looking at it, you can see that there's there's a bunch of assortment of clocks at the bottom. Your surface, it is very late, yes.
Do any of you have any questions for Her Highness?
Thanks very much for the soup. It's quite nice.
You should eat more than that.
Oh, I will.
I will make my kitchen available to all of you.
Thanks.
I have no questions. Thank you for your hospitality. It is quite late for us, or early at this point.
I admit I will be here for but a day or two more. I need to march out again. Have your city expect me in 2 weeks' time.
I will let them know. In the meantime, is there anything that we can do to aid?
You don't happen to have a good way to explain to landowners that their land is lost, do you?
That, I'm afraid, is not my area of expertise.
Bring them a corpse of the Minotaur and explain that's what's taking their land.
Many of them have seen them. We've lost 3 outlying villages by your word.
Perhaps use it as motivation for the people to rise up. Fight back. Join the ranks.
Our people are long since warriors. Our standing army is elective only. Conscripting at this point, it would be conscripting farmers and tradesmen.
Can you tell me one thing, actually, about the creatures you're fighting?
Which ones?
Well, any of them, I guess, but are any of them using curses? Any of their wounds cursed?
Branded. Marked. What do they call them when they put ink to skin on your...
Tattooed.
That. The difference between the regular Minotaurs and the fire ones is a tattoo somewhere on the body, carved in to their flesh. Glows bright red like the fires upon their heads.
Do you have anybody who could give us a first-person description of that?
I can. I killed but 2.
Anybody a good artist?
Hold on.
Duncan draws maps.
I think it'd be a good idea to get a visual example of it.
Or he draws flies.
I draw lots of things in my spare time.
I tend to use dry paper. Person known as Duncan. There's parchment in that desk over there.
You've got my nice pen, though.
No.
Parchment, then.
If you hand me that, I will have you killed.
Right.
Why is it wet?
Oh, Duncan's a water genasi. He's kind of always wet.
Everything in that pouch always comes out wet. We try not to think about it too hard.
I think it's connected to the ocean.
Piper. There you go.
It's like, you'll have to fix this for me. She draws a... Here, I'll draw it on here. I'm not an artist. On stream.
That is what the tattoo looks like. Sorry, that's what the tattoo looks like out of character.
Yes.
So,
It's way more kawaii than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like this ancient being I read about called Trogdor.
Is one big ass, and then another
Doing the
big
bird
ass. One beefy arm. Coming right out of his back right there.
I mean, it makes sense. He's burninating the countryside and he's burninating the peasants.
Boy.
He's burninating all the peoples in their thatch roof cottages!
Oh, that poor thatch roof cottage we saw earlier.
They don't have thatch here.
They're mushroom roof cottages.
That's true. Can you imagine? It would be pretty strong, though. Mushrooms
Yeah,
have
you
good
could probably,
structural
like-
integrity.
Oh god.
Like make dried mushroom roofs, like out of the fibers from.
They're
the
probably
roof.
strong as shit, actually.
They're that
Those
big.
poor giant Smurfs.
I mean, think how tall some mushrooms can get with those tiny little. And then they get the big. Probably strong as shit.
One last thing, I guess, that I just thought of. We've had troubles with someone that I don't know their current location, and I don't think their part in this is over. I don't know what their game is exactly, but the man's name goes by multiple names, but most common ones are Miracle or Dumas.
Those names don't sound familiar. What does the man look like?
Well, he's darker skin, balding, somewhat indeterminate age.
Human.
He's had a what?
Human.
Human. Yes, sorry, human. He's had
Old human.
Gray beard.
he's had a beard. Last we saw, he had it cut short.
Why do you seek this? Is there something special
We
about him?
would like to kill him.
Well,
But he is someone who is I believe, I think Bagby said he's a warlock. Pretty powerful one.
Warlock is the god
He
one,
has a-
yes.
He has a patron. Yes.
I don't know the...
Powers
Magics.
are provided by another being. A more powerful being provides the powers to them. We believe this being that he is following is either Baphomet or death itself.
What is the more powerful being? What does it
Death.
look like?
I look at Bagby. You saw him, right? When you spoke to him?
I think Ori was the only one who was in the room at the time when the being kind of came out of him.
Oh, I meant the when you actually talked to him.
Oh, I don't know if that's his patron, for sure. This is my assumption. But Ori and Crucible, I think, were both there when the shadowy being kind of came out of him during the torture session.
What we saw sounded very similar to what you described when you met Death, when you met Miracle.
In the back of the room,
Jagged.
in the back of the room, Aedrys very awkwardly clears his throat.
I glance at him.
Something to say there, Aedrys?
Do you remember him?
Isn't that the thing that attacked me?
Yes. Also that thing goes by Silence.
He goes on to describe a shadow with a white, skullish face wielding a scythe. That was what we just caved in those northern caves, caverns for.
It was there?
It was wiping everything out. We could fight back the rest of them. Nobody could fight that.
That's why I asked if any of them were causing cursed wounds.
We couldn't get wounded out of there.
So I don't.
That's a god? You're telling me that's a god?
Or a being powerful enough to provide its powers to others.
Greater demon of some kind.
Could
Perhaps.
be demon.
Okay.
The god wrapped up in meat. I think if we can kill Dumas, it'll lose its conduit.
She says something out loud in a language only Ori understands, Elvish, and it's very naughty. It's a very naughty word she says.
Oh, Frankfurter.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
I take out
Are they?
one of...
Are they?
Oh, go ahead.
They're looking for Baphomet. What if they're not looking for Baphomet?
What else would they be looking for?
Something that is a god that possesses people and kills.
Something else, something...
It was amongst them. But it killed them too. The thing it killed them too.
You think that army's trying to find him?
I don't think they know what they're trying to find. But you're talking about a god. They're looking for a Lord of Hell.
Hey, you said you thought that maybe Death had his own agenda and just wanted us to keep doing what we were doing.
To me, it sounded like Death, if that is truly who I spoke to when I died. Oh yeah, I died. But this was, I think, before... I died before I met you, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
No, not a big deal. If who I spoke to was truly Death and the person kind of behind all of this, it sounded to me like he's bored of millennia of watching people just exist. And he wanted us to continue. At the time, we were talking about potentially trying to figure out where Baphomet is. And he told me he wanted us to just keep going. Not necessarily telling us to find or release Baphomet, but just to keep on the path we were on. Because that's what he wanted. I think he just wants chaos and destruction.
Mind you, this is just a theory. But it could be his ruse that he simply wants chaos and destruction. This sounds suspiciously like the actions of a master manipulator who wants to have two sides wear each other down to nothing and then take over with what's left.
I do feel worn down.
All the more reason for us all to come together. That's the exact opposite of what he wants. He wants everybody at everybody's throats, trying to fight things on our own. We all need to come together, and then you can all go back to hating each other later.
Bagby, fuck the 2 weeks. I will return with you tomorrow.
Get some rest, my queen. We'll leave you to speak with Aedrys and Genny. We have a long journey ahead of us to discuss more political matters.
Yes. She walks with you to the door. They will be put up in the emissary quarters, given anything they desire.
As I'm walking out of the door, I take out one of the holy water flasks that I have, and I pass it on to her and say, if you get wounded by that thing, it'll stop any sort of magical healing. This will counteract that. I don't know if it's effective against it as well, but I know it does work on its wounds.
She looks at you in common. Are you a priest?
More just someone who likes nature.
We cast out the gods some time ago. We have very little priests.
Well, give me silver and I'll make some more of it for you tonight before I retire.
No. Retire. Sleep. If it's silver we need, Krasden has more than enough. Thank you very much. Crucible. Which one are you? Which one were you? He's gone.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, she's talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said in Crucible. I misheard.
Yeah, I know.
She's intentionally calling you the wrong name because she
Oh.
wasn't paying attention.
No. I'm Joe.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Joe.
No problem.
As you're leaving, you can hear the door shut. Who the fuck named somebody Joe?
You'd be like Jojala Fafala. Good, strong dark elf name. Sorry, Drow.
You are led to very nice rooms. You're all given your own place. They are lavish, excellent beds. Crucibles, for some reason, you have your own room with a nice bed. The
I can admire its beauty.
after maybe 10 minutes of you guys being there, you can hear Genny and Aedrys walking back down. You can hear that because you can hear their voices arguing about something.
I would like to try and listen at the door.
Go ahead.
To
Go ahead.
I master.
They fight a lot.
Would you like perception to hear?
Yes.
15.
Same.
What you hear? What you hear is Aegis going, listen, things change. The circumstances have clearly changed. You promise. That's all that matters. That's all you hear.
I just imagine Crucible goes into his room, like looks at the bed for like a minute or so, and then decides, fuck it, I'll try this out. And just like one frame falls into it and it just like explodes to the ground.
Splinters.
You can, the shot is from above him with the shattered bed and mattress. You just see his back, not his face, and you just hear muffled, I don't get it.
Yeah. Not at all.
But then is he like a turtle? Where he can't get back up again? He's just
only
flopping?
if he's completely on his back.
First off,
all the time he got up, he was slightly on his side.
I don't know what all the fuss is about.
I believe in his ability to get back up again. He's not a turtle. He's a Chumbawamba.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The I just
Gets
lost the
knocked
light
down,
right there.
and he gets up again.
Huh? Yeah.
He falls down and he gets up.
Uh-huh.
Get it.
Very familiar with that.
So unless anybody wants to do anything long rest,
Yeah. I don't. I must not have any silver. I thought I had some more from the house, but I guess maybe I used it all.
yeah, I believe you did. By the way, Joe.
Yeah, me.
Hey, guess what? You're sleeping.
Yes. I am.
Joe.
Agent Joe activate.
November.
You hear Tayanel's
Freight
voice.
train.
You hear Tayanel's voice, though you cannot see him.
Yes.
I believe you are in the Drow Kingdom, is that correct?
That's correct.
I'm going to leave you a memory. You will crawl out onto the roof nearby your room when you wake up, and you will draw this symbol upon the boughs.
Now, Mike, I would like you to tell me how much free will I have in this.
You can go ahead and not do it. Do you remember what happened when he told you what
Yes.
happens when you just
Yeah.
do what he
I
says?
remember the consequences, but I just wanted to know, like, is this a hypnosis sort of deal where I like don't really have a choice, or is it more he's like giving me a command?
He's giving you a command, but you're allowed to not do it. You decided to be a warlock, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Assuming he's still on the dream line, what does the symbol do? Don't send me in blind.
It's simply insurance.
I'll do as you ask. All that I ask you to do is to consider how things are now and where people's actions have led them to be and where their actions could lead them to be in the future.
There's no response.
Okay.
You fall back into slumber. Thank you very much for watching tonight. This was fun. I like you guys. You're funny. You're cute. Patrick's sexy.
I didn't get to punch anything.
I don't know if I'm streaming.
Didn't get a punch anything.
I'm
Well, you should've punched
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's not true. You punched Aedrys' arm.
You did?
I did punch Aedrys' arm.
I don't know if we're streaming tomorrow, but I'm definitely streaming a bunch over the course of the weekend.
If you guys do something besides Deadlands, I'm off work.
I gotta pay.
Okay.
Oh,
Good night.
Okay.